Hey friends, here we are again, and this is a very special sex siren type of look, and it's going to, I'm showing you the brushes I'm using. Those are brushes by LA Colors, blending brushes, but this is a look that's going to be a burnt, sort of like burnt cocoa and burnt cranberry smoked out look. It's not going to be a cut crease look. And here I am starting with the first shade that's coming from the small little Profusion palette that I just, showed you guys. And I'm using the two light burnt oranges on the bottom as transition shades. And I'm blending them real good up into the upper socket area, way above the crease, a lot closer to the brow bone. It's actually directly on the brow, well, under the brow bone where the socket bone begins. Excuse me, I have sort of like a cold. So the next shade is the darker of those two transition colors, and these are again burnt oranges. This is going to it's going to add to the burnt look. And I have never done this one on myself, but I love the look. Yes, this one I did get from an internet Instagram picture. Anyways, the palette that I just chose, this cocoa, it's a cocoa brown, it's beautiful, is my new Coastal Scents palette, and I'll talk about that palette in another video. And that is a cocoa sort of shade, and when you blend it in with that burnt orange, it gives you a beautiful, like, burnt cinnamon sort of look. It's gorgeous. Of course, once you start, excuse me with the background noise, once you start blending these colors together, excuse that I'm not alone and that happens. And you blend it out real good, you'll come out with a beautiful blended and gradient looking burnt, sort of like a cinnamon color. And I'm going to incorporate, you notice that I'm also working in the outer V portion of my eyes, because that's where the darkest of the colors are going to be laid out, and that's going to give me a lift at the end of the eye, sort of like vixenish, when those colors are, the darkest colors are laid out at the ends of the eye. It lifts the eye, and it gives you sort of like depth and definition there. And if you have hooded eyes, that's where you need it. And so going in with I'm starting to go in now with a military green, I believe it is, and beginning with both a cranberry shade mixed in with a very light bronze color and made another burnt sort of light brownish color. And then I took my blending brush. Again, this is my favorite blending brush by LA Colors. And now you can see the gradient and effect that gave me from blending all of that together that way. Now I'm taking the same cocoa brown with a pencil brush, and I am incorporating that into my lower socket line to further define my outer V. And again, I'm going back in and I am blending that all together. Again, I mentioned I also use a military green. I'm not sure if I've shown yet. Into this look, and that goes, it was blended into the lower socket area, and all of that blended together gives you a burnt smoky look, and it's beautiful. I fell in love with it, and I had to redo my version. This is actually something I did see, and I decided to do my take. It's my personal take on it. I got it off of Instagram, and I forget the artist that I saw it from, but I know it was on Instagram. And okay, I am going to go ahead now and start. I'm showing you here the effect that gave. And you can see where the pinkish tones come out from the burnt cocoa tones, and it's so cool looking. Then I'm going to go ahead and take this like cream colored from the Coastal Scents palette. This is a brand new palette. I think I just mentioned I bought off of Amazon. I will be doing a product review on it. And that went on my brow bone to highlight the brow bone. And also it helps to blend out the seams of the shadows on the top. And here I'm taking the small Profusion palette and I am pulling out the shimmery green and incorporating that into the inner portion of my lower lid. And you'll notice that I will, each color that I use, I will place twice. They are placed twice so that I can sandwich them and get them to last longer and get them to have more of a, because on camera, the camera sort of, drains some of the color away. So get more impact and get more vibrance out of the color. I will apply them twice, each color, and then blend them out properly. Towards the end of the eye, and I sort of skipped this part, I used the pink color in the Profusion palette on the outer portion of my lower lid. And that also added to the cranberry effect. Taking a pencil brush here, I blend all of that out. I used something called Angel Dust. It is a shimmer by LA Colors to go into my inner tear duct. I'm also going to use it for other purposes. And going back in with the burnt oranges, my transition colors, I am taking that under the eye with an e.l.f. angled brush. It's a blending brush and it's very small and it's meant for this type of work. And then the cocoa brown just on the outer, probably outer third of the bottom part of my eye, and it meets up with the top cocoa. The cocoa that's on the end of my outer V on the top. So it should all connect, and then I take a pencil brush and I blend all of that out very properly. And that's what I'm talking about here, as you see that I'm working on. Here I have already done my brows. I'm showing you what I use. That's by LA Colors Brow Kit. And here using the Maybelline Eye Studio Blackest Black, my fave. And it's still going strong with the paint brushes that I always talk about. And these are from the Royal brand or the line. I choose to use paint brushes. They work a lot better for especially gel eyeliner work. And I take that towards the top on the last third of the eye and then just do a small flick. Nothing dramatic, because the burnt eye smoked out look is not real dramatic, but dramatic enough that the eyeliner work shouldn't be over the top. I personally don't like over-the-top makeup for regular occasions. It would really depend. It would have to be a real special occasion. And so I also take the gel eyeliner and do my upper waterline. And then I take it down into my lower waterline and into my lower lashes and smudge it in there real good. Into both the colors, the burnt orange and the cocoa, that are incorporated on the bottom lower lashes. And so I smudge in the gel eyeliner there to give it a nice inky black appearance, which is what I'm doing here. And then moving on, I'm using the Scandalize liquid pen, and that's just to darken. I'm just tracing what I did with the gel to darken it a little bit and give it more of a more inky appearance, if you will, a little darker. Remember, I'm on camera. It does drain colors, so in order for me to show you the work properly, I have to apply a little tiny bit more makeup. So here I'm showing you that I have applied now lashes, and those lashes I believe are Demi Wispies, and I've used them before. They are used. And here I'm going into, whoa, I put way too much there. I'm using a kabuki brush that I use for liquid foundations, and that is the e.l.f. and I believe that it is a sand beige. Yes, is the shade, and you see that I'm pressing that into my face before I swipe it around. And I like it because it's mattifying, and with the sweating that we do here in Florida, please excuse the background noise. I'm gonna have to go tell my husband to be quiet in a minute. And also, here I am using the shimmer, or not the shimmer, but the highlight, and those are by Revlon, and that's the pink one. I think it's I can't think off of the top of my head, but it's the pink bottle. It's not the regular flesh tone shade. I think it's called Clear Rose. That's it. And once I've done that, I am using the Angel Dust Shimmer by LA Colors to put that into my tear ducts and also run it along my cheekbones where I have highlighted for some extra, well, more highlight. And taking the e.l.f. bronzer, and I believe that's I'm not sure because the color is now erased from it's the only bronzer they have that I have noticed. And I use that, of course, up and down my cheekbones. And I'm telling you here that I applied 2 coats of that. And using the Ulta blush, one side is a highlight, the other side is called Covet. It's just a regular blush color. I use both together and apply a little bit on the apples of my cheeks. And that's just a generic brush I've had for a really long time. And then here I am going in with an LA Colors bronzed blush, just for some extra bronze. Darkened it up a little bit and gave some more. It's got like a nice satiny finish to it, as you can tell. And then here I am using a nude lipstick. I chose to tone down the lips by LA Colors. And one side is the lipstick and the other side is a lip gloss. And guys, I believe that is it. Thank you so very much for watching my videos. Please subscribe and give this a thumbs up. And I will see you next time. Thank you. Here I'm just taking a little bit more shimmer before it ends. But thank you again, and see you guys next time. Sorry for the background noise. Bye-bye.